This is lesson 1-1, evaluating expressions. Be on page number 2 of your textbook. The first thing we're going to start off today with is vocabulary that we would need to know in this lesson. And if you look on the top of page 2, we have a few words we should get in our notes. The first one is, you can see right here, variable. A variable is a letter used to represent one or more numbers. They have plenty of examples right here where you can see variables. Like, for example, in the first expression, n is a variable. We have the expression 5n. N is the unknown. It's a letter used to represent one or more numbers. Or here, y, 14 divided by y. Y is the variable. Okay? Second term that we should be aware of is the term expression. Okay, what is it, when I just use the word, or you see right here the word expression, what does that mean? It means we have something consisting of numbers, variables, and operations. Okay, now I think you know what a number is. I think you know what a variable is. So the question is, what does it mean when they say the word operation? Maybe I'll put a little note here. The word operation means we are either adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing. Okay? So when you hear the word operation, it's talking about one of those things. Now, the next term, algebraic expression. Now think about the word expression. It has numbers, variables, and operation. An algebraic expression has to have a variable in it. It's also called a variable expression. You notice it says here, it's an expression that includes at least one variable. So when I hear the word expression, an expression could have just numbers and operations. An algebraic expression must have a variable in it somewhere. Okay? So those three words, variable, expression, and algebraic expression, we want to have those in our notes and make sure we have the term for each, or the vocabulary listed for each. Okay? Let's talk about how to evaluate an algebraic expression next. That's the next thing. What does it mean to evaluate? Okay? Evaluate, it says it right here, it means you're going to substitute a number in for the variable, perform the operation, and simplify. In other words, if I was to say this in non-math teacher speak, stick a number in for the variable, either add, subtract, multiply, or divide like they tell you to, and find the answer. Okay? They show a few examples of that down here that we're going to take a look at. Let me move this down. Okay, like here would be an example. Evaluate the expression 13n when n equals 3. And they're trying to show you here that if I have 13n, when I take 3 and I put it in for n, I'm going to get 13 times 3, and 13 times 3 is 39. That's what the book is trying to show you. Or let's say we had 9 over n. Can you see how they took 3 and they stuck it in for n, and 9 divided by 3 is 3? Or if we had n minus 1, we put 3 in for n because it says here n equals 3, so I put 3 in for n, so I put a 3 here. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay? That's what it means to evaluate an expression. Evaluating an expression simply is telling you to take your number, replace the variable with that number, and evaluate. That means get the answer. Do the operation. Do the adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing that they are asking for. Moving forward, a few more vocabulary words that we have to address. We got to address these three words: power, base, exponent. Sometimes they're a little misconstrued. A power is an expression. Now think about, we just learned the word expression a few minutes ago. Expression means we have numbers, potentially variables, and operations. Look at what they write in the book for the word power. The power is this entire statement, the 3 with the little 4 raised. That's the power. It's the entire statement. Now the base, you can see I'm highlighting base, the base is the number underneath the exponent. So right now, 3 is the base. I'll just write that down. 3 is the base right now. The base is the number underneath the exponent. And then I think most of you know what an exponent is. It's that little raised number. Now, what does this expression 3 to the 4th mean? It means take the base 3 and write 4 factors of 3 multiplied together. So this is the most common mistake I see with this. Let me do this in red pen. Red means this is an error. I'll see people all the time that will take 3 to the 4th power, and on paper they'll do this. 3 times 4, and they'll call it 12. That's the wrong answer. 3 to the 4th power does not mean 3 times 4. It means take 3, write it down 4 times. Can you see the 4 factors? Actually, I should have done this in black pen. And then multiply together. I'm going to put this in black because this is correct, by the way. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. This is the correct way to get the answer. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 over here is 9. 9 times 9, the correct answer is 81. So you see, 3 to the 4th power, if you do 3 times 4 is 12. That's way off. The correct answer is 81. Okay? Moving forward here. So we have to be able to do these. I should make a note for you here right now on your homework. On your homework today, there is a definite group of problems that we have no calculator. Okay? So when you look at plan book, make sure that you identify which problems I'm going to have you practice with no calculator. Calculator. There we go. Okay? Make sure you look at which ones those are before you continue forward. Another thing they wanted us to see today is they'll have a few problems regarding area and volume. Okay? Area is two-dimensional. You can see this square. I could place the square on the floor. It's two-dimensional. To find the area of a square, you just take the side times the side. So let me write that out. Area would equal side times side. So I'm going to use A for area. Side times side, another way we could write that is side to the 2nd power. That's what 2nd power means, right? That's down twice and multiply it, right? So these two things are the same. Do you notice what I wrote here? That's exactly what the book is showing you. The area of a square is just take the side times the side. It's side squared. Volume is three-dimensional. It's like a die or a cube. You notice if the side length was S. Now remember, a cube, all the sides are the same length. So if you want to find the volume of your cube, you're just going to take the side times the side times the side. That would equal your volume. And can you see how I have 3 factors of S? That would be the same as S cubed. There's the formula that the book is showing you. Okay? I want to do one homework problem with you before I stop my video, and then you can get going. I want to make sure you know how to take a fraction to a power. So I tell you what, let's do number 35 together. Okay? So here's the first thing. We're not using a calculator on this. Here's my first note, and this is a big one. I'll put it in red. Don't change this to a decimal. If you change this to a decimal and you're doing this without a calculator, you're going to have one major headache. You're going to have a hard time getting this done. Okay? Here's all you need to do. You have 3/5 to the 3rd power. Doesn't 3rd power mean 3 factors? Think about that. I'm going to write that out. 3 factors. Okay? Let's write out 3/5, 3 factors of it multiplied together. That's the problem we need to do. This is telling me to do this. Let's do it. On the top, 3 times 3, so these two are 9, and 9 times 3. So on the top you have 27. On the bottom, we have 5 times 5 times 5. Well, 5 times 5, that's 25. and 25 times 5, that's 125. The answer to this should be 27 over 125. Okay? Let's just do one more. Let's do 34 just to make sure we got that down. Okay? 1/4 squared. Well, let me do it up here. That means 1/4 times 1/4. Well, that ought to be easy. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16. Your answer is 1/16. Okay? I'm going to pause my video here. If you have questions, ask, and you can get started on your assignment for today.